Oh, this is a nice picture. This one here, well, that's my mom and my dad, my sister. My dad had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. He was given just a few weeks to live. The day before we got married, he was in a wheelchair and could not walk. And you can see that he's standing here with a cane. He wanted to be able to walk me down the aisle. He became very philosophical about, time, money, and health, and how throughout most of your life, you have two of the three. And so he encouraged me that if I ever had a chance to have three of the three, to ensure that I was doing something I was passionate about. I spend my time enjoying our horses, caring for them, riding them, but also working on our product called the Hay Optimizer. The farm that I happen to have leased is owned by a gentleman by the name of Matthew Bulmer, who had invented, years ago in 2004, had invented a product called the Hay Optimizer. And he came up with this concept of a multi-bale, two-bale feeder for horses in order to significantly reduce the amount of hay that was wasted. In 2019, I asked Matthew if there was a way that we could work together to come up with a new version of the Hay Optimizer, and I put together a prototype, asked Matthew to come out and look at it and give me his opinion. It sparked the idea that maybe working together, we could come up with a product that met our goals. A slow feeder, easy to fill, easy to move around from place to place in the paddock, and is safe and very durable. Through this first year selling mostly in Canada, we now are extremely confident in the product design and wanted to launch in the United States. And finding the right people that align with our goals.
The goal's kind of, 7 years of building it and then having it run itself. I'm hoping to have, in this 7-year realm, at least 2 people, 3 people maybe in the kitchen, an event team.
I used to make caramel popcorn for family and friends, and then just one day I decided that I was gonna try making candy. Everybody was kind of shocked because everybody who knows me knows I have no business being in the kitchen, but this I could actually do. I could actually cook caramel. I launched in February of 2020. I had a subscription box out of Kitchener contact me about selling wholesale to them. I really liked building that relationship with a retail partner. Right now the process is we cut and wrap by hand. It generally takes about an hour and a half to do a tray. Once we implement the new machine, it will take that down to under 5 minutes to wrap.
The other thing we were trialing, we have garlic chives versus onion chives. These seem to be doing well.
There's always questions around how much we're paying for food, wondering why is it cheaper to get something from another country versus just being able to grow it locally and actually know that, you're able to get it almost like farm to table. Why is it more expensive to eat locally? I'm one of the co-founders of Maison Verte, and my partner and I, Anam Rahman, started this in April 2020. And the reason why we wanted to start Maison Verte was because we care a lot about food systems, food transparency, food accessibility, and food sovereignty. We actually offer grow-at-home kits, including seeds and how-to guides, and we encourage people to grow their own at home, regardless of space. The whole premise was being able to grow in small spaces, and that's why we picked microgreens to start with. We decided that we would start by just creating some sort of event where we can elevate profiles within food systems in general and give attention to these people who've actually spent years and years just researching these topics. That whole plan fell apart because of COVID.
I think I decided that it was time to grasp time, money, and good health when I was approaching my 50th birthday. My career was very important to me. I loved my job, but it was all consuming. On top of children, marriage, and career, there was nothing left. And so I decided it was time to start something else.
I worked full-time and I had a photography studio on the side, which, I loved it because it was like the day job. And then at the end of the day, I just switched into a creative job. It fed both passions. I was providing a product that people just loved. It was something that they enjoyed, that became part of their family. So that's what led me to finding something different.
Thank you guys for being here today. I think it's time to start our session. So happy and so proud. So most of you have done their projects, wrapping it up, and sent the project report, which is a great work. Well done. Some of you are still working on it.
One of the great things about being involved in the Rhyze program is that it's created a community. My advisors have been so good. They really, really care about my project, my business, and really look forward to having my meetings with them. Things have really exploded in the last couple of months. The project that I was working on with Innovation Guelph was to help me figure out how to export the optimizer to the United States, and we set up a warehouse in New York State. We're having a medium-sized production run every month of, maybe 60 units or so, and that's keeping up with our demand. We've had to advance our June production run because we've almost run out of product. My manufacturer in Newmarket is awesome, and they are doing everything that they can to help me. I really am so grateful for the program. The isolation with COVID I think has affected my creativity, and so to be able to work with people who are interested in my business, who have great and differing perspectives, has been invaluable.
COVID doesn't change those aspects of this social enterprise. So we were trying to figure out what do we do next? So we pivoted the whole idea to being virtual, decided to host an international public workshop for free on how to grow microgreens at home. 50 people had shown up online from New York, Iceland, all these places where the climate is completely different. Since then, we've done the Microgreen 101, food waste reduction, a history of agriculture in Canada, herb propagation, foraging. So that's just to name a couple of the ones that we've built out. So it's been really interesting. We're really lucky to be a part of the Rhyze program because it gives us a lot of opportunities to meet other female entrepreneurs who are going through the whole social enterprise stream as well. Definitely been super helpful because if our coaches can't directly answer a question, they're always a great sounding board because they're experienced. When I think about them giving us advice, it's usually based off their own personal experience. So it's really nice to kind of, hear another perspective of someone who's already done it before and what's worked for them.
Going through the program truly focuses you on working on the business. As an entrepreneur, as a single person running a business, you tend to get so engrossed in the business that you lose your vision. You're not strategic, you're putting out fires. Truly, the Rhyze Venture program has helped me to frequently step back, get a grip, work on the things that truly will drive the business forward in the future.
The whole process of how everything happened, of making caramel, from somebody who doesn't cook, to making caramel, to getting a retailer in Fergus that was in the first cohort go, you've got to do this, to doing it, to meeting all of these great people and learning from everybody. I was able to kind of get everything out there, talking to my mentor. This is where I am now, this is where I want to get to, this is what I need to get from here to there. But I think, being able to work with him, it allowed me to build that timeline. What's gonna show the greatest improvement the quickest? Definitely being able to just kind of slow down and think about where I am and where I want to go, definitely helped me make the right decisions. To think when I started Rhyze, how out of my comfort zone everything has been. To be doing this on film, to be pitching for an opportunity to grow my business, it's just like everything's happening for a reason, you know, and Rhyze is a big part of that.